Oke, kemarin kan aku sudah buat polling tentang asuransi. Yang mana yang harus dipunyai terlebih dahulu, antara life insurance atau health and critical condition insurance. Dan hasilnya adalah life insurance. Nah, sebelum aku jelasin lebih lanjut, you guys can check this video.
On the 2nd and 3rd of December 1967, the world woke up to unbelievable medical news that for the first time, the heart of a dead human being was transplanted in a dying human being. And I was part of the team that did the world's first heart transplant. First patient died 18 days later. The criticism was most likely confirmed. But ladies and gentlemen, our 5th patient lived for 15 years. Our 8th patient lived for 23 years. And today, heart transplant is routine surgery all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as you sit here, 70% of you one day will develop a disease as a result of atherosclerosis and cancer. Atherosclerosis, the disease of the artery of the body. Cancer, the diseases of the cells of the body. Atherosclerosis blocks the arteries and causes heart attack, stroke, and many other conditions. It's fascinating that only the human being develops atherosclerosis, no other animal. People say, isn't it strange that the human being develops atherosclerosis? No, not at all. Have you ever seen a pig smoke? Or an elephant having a mixed grill? It's only the human being with kind of eating habits that results in these diseases. 1 out of every 4 women will develop heart disease, and 1 out of every 3 men. 1 out of every 3 people will develop cancer one day, and 8 out of every 100 people will be diagnosed with a stroke. Now, I often ask people, how long did this man live after his heart was removed? The answer is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. This was our 8th heart transplantation, and he lived for 23 years after the heart transplant. 30 years after his first heart attack, and 7 years after both his legs were amputated. That was how he lived. If you have a heart attack today, the good news is that 50% will survive 13 years and longer. Cancer, 50% will survive 5 years and longer. And 77% of stroke patients will survive, again in years. Now, this man came to us over 30 years for follow-ups. He never complained, never, about his health condition. He never complained about it. He was happy to be alive, if you think of the alternative. Maurice Chevalier, at his 80th birthday, said, they asked him, how does it feel to be 80? He said, if you think of the alternative, I'm feeling very well today. That is what he felt. But when he came to see us, he complained of one thing and one thing only. What was that? Money. His health was destroyed over that period of time. He couldn't continue working. He had to sell his house and move into a small apartment. He had a small car. He lost his business.
Oke, beliau adalah Profesor Marius Barnard, profesor yang pertama kali melakukan transplantasi jantung di tahun 1967. Dari perkataan profesor tadi, menurut Anda, asuransi apa yang harus dipunyai terlebih dahulu? Tunggu dulu. Life insurance is also important. But why I suggest you to have a health and critical condition insurance first? Why? Stay tuned.